See, King Von had a problem. For those of you that don't know, King Von was a rapper that people also think doubled as a serial. And you're about to see why. Now, his problem was there was a girl he said he was in love with named K.I. because they had a lot in common. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, now, how is that a problem? Well, because when I say they had a lot in common, I mean they had a lot in common. This is the same girl, K.I., known by her enemies as an assassin who terrorized the streets of Chicago. King Von was like, I'm an assassin who terrorized the streets of Chicago. She said, yeah, but your ops are my ops. Yeah, they were from different gangs. Boom, they run into each other on the train one day. King Von goes, K.I. K.I. goes, King Von. They start throwing hands. I just told you they was from different gangs. Pay attention. But King Von wins, so he goes online later that night and says, got him. K.I. goes online and says, I'm not gonna lie. I got. So King Von DMs her. He goes, hey bro, you kinda cool, I'm not gonna lie, I think I love you. She goes, well that was drastic, but I hate to break it to you, then you must love boys. Look how I dress. King Von goes, I'm trying to take you out though. She goes, like I took out your friends? He goes, what a coincidence, I took out some of yours, now what? She goes, now we play some tag. King Von goes, great, I'm the tag champion. Oh, and he was the tag champion. See, at this point, everybody in the streets heard about King Von and how he's really good at tag. To this day, when his name is brought up in interviews to people who know him, they go, King who? He was different. So King Von heads to the store. According to him, he sees dudes from K.I.'s gang and they say, store owner, lock the door, King Von coming. King Von walks in and goes, too late, I'm already here, but don't worry, I'm just here to get a snack. He immediately tweets about it and starts laughing about it. K.I. goes, what store? I'm on my way. He goes, K.I., I'm already gone, you lose. Really though, you trying to go on a date? She goes, really? Because word on the street is you and your gang are after me. He goes, well, that word is correct, but I don't think I could do it anymore now that I got to know you. Now, here's the thing. This is how people get set up. For all she knows, he could be saying this to get her out and then her. So she doesn't take a chance. She goes, once an enemy, always an enemy. I'll see you on the streets. But King Von seems genuinely upset and tells her, yo, you're always trying to act so tough when I'm actually trying to be cool with you. She begins to provoke him by tweeting RIP to his friends. He tells her, you don't want to do that. She does it again another day. He says, I swear to God, today is not the day. You might want to stop. And no, it wasn't just her who made tweets provoking her ops. This is actually a common thing in the Chicago streets, as well as rapping. In fact, this is how Chief Keef got famous. He grew up with King Von in Chicago. They start making songs about their ops, and one day people go, damn, them folk in Chicago hitting. They said, huh? And the rest was history, but I digress. King Von tells her, oh, I can name some of your friends too. And here's where it starts to get wicked. See, it was cracking out in Chicago. At one point, it was the capital of America. These names aren't just random names. These are their actual friends they're talking about, people that they grow up with. Now listen closely. At this point, it might seem like King Von's a friendly guy, maybe, and she's just egging him on. But what if I tell you this? There's a famous neighborhood in Chicago called O Block. King Von took her to the O, Chief Keef, O and the no, and they're from a place called O Block. See, they call their neighborhood O Block because of a legendary friend that they knew named OD, who was tragically. And rumor has it that the person who this legend was none other than K.I. Now, this part is important. During her first year of high school, she witnessed her friend get by OD. So she said, bet. Again, then she goes after that OD person. They name it O Block, and this is how the whole war starts. Now, are you paying attention? If this is all known, in her mind, she's thinking, why would he want to be friends? You know what I mean? Now, I can't tell you what he was thinking, but I can tell you what happens next. Another legendary O Block friend of theirs gets, remember, he's from O Block. K.I. goes, ooh, R.I.P. King Von and his O Block people lose it, but they know she didn't do it. And they were getting ready to go after the person who did. But that person gets by the police. But they were already ready to go, and anyone would do at this point. And well, K.I. was hanging out with two friends when a man hops out of a car and it's at them. Both of her friends made it, but she did not. Police immediately go to the scene. They said, who did it? Nobody said anything. But it was a busy street. So police asked again. Police were like, well, do you know who did it? People were like, yeah, but we can't tell you that name. So police make it more anonymous. And a few people came out and said it was King Von. So they arrest King Von and put him in a lineup. They ask a witness, okay, who was it? The witness is like, I don't know. Can that guy come closer? Police were like, did you see him or not? The witness was like, first of all, watch your tone. Second of all, another witness comes out that, let me just end this. I know King Von did it. Police were like, great. Okay, so when you saw him, the witness is like, no, I didn't see him. I'm just like this sure he did it. The final witness steps up and says, these guys are both idiots. King Von, yeah, he did it. The police were like, great. So they take King Von in. They're like, did you do it? You're like, nah. They're like, are you willing to take a lie detector? Because at this point, they understood that they only have was shaky testimony. A lie detector is really shaky too, but maybe this will help in a trial somehow. King Von's like, I'll take it, but then he changes his mind. So police go to the courts and they're like, can we do anything with this? The courts were like, no. King Von comes in and says, sorry to interrupt. Also, I should add that I was with my parole officer 30 minutes before this whole thing even happened. Now, in police's mind, yeah, he still could have definitely did all that in 30 minutes, but his lawyer is going to say he was with his parole officer. And yeah, one person did identify him, but the other sounds so shaky to the point of ridiculous that the jury's going to think the same thing. So they're like, okay, we're definitely not going to win. They let him go. And apparently King Von goes home and says, actually, no, he's not even subtle. He says, hey, everybody, I did it. His friend goes, yeah, she was an op, but wasn't you like always talking to her, like really friendly? Weren't y'all cool? King Von goes, I don't see your point. His friend goes, and this is why people say he was different, because the mind it takes to somebody you actually really know is different from someone you may just view as a random enemy. But here's the thing. KI's closest friend, FBG Butter, is on an interview to this day crying about this incident. He says, look how emotional I still am about the incident that day. He was one of the people that got... He says, you can imagine how I'm gonna tear the city up for my sister. So an argument can be made about how King Von viewed his victims. In his songs, he says stuff like us or them or me. Sosa started rapping, so the war went viral. And like K.I. said, once an enemy, always an enemy. So King Von might have justified this as they, my friends, so I'm gonna them. Or he could just be a serial. Because in other songs, he damn near giggling about all the stuff he did. So you believe what you want to believe.